Hey guys, Thunderstruck MTV here. Well, we're not going to beat too much around the bush here. You've already read the title. Maybe saw the thumbnail, depends on what I do or did. Kind of weird. But yeah, today for me it's new bike day. And that's going to be like a whole new bike week. Before I show you what I've bought, I'm going to bring those of you that have no idea, have never seen a video, brand new to the channel, why I've gone with this certain bike I'm about to show you, and it's 10 seconds. So if you want any more updates, go look at the video before this. But in a nutshell, I'm recovering, pretty much recovered, but still recovering from my 4th major lumbar surgery in 25 years, my 2nd fusion. I'm now fused from L3 to S1. There you go. That brings us up to date of why I went with what I went with. I've been on a hardtail. This one and his older sister right over here, Old Greenie. So that's a 2019 V7 Chameleon. That's 2024 V8 Chameleon. I've been on the hardtails now predominantly in the SoCal high desert for about 8 years. And I just thought it was time to be a little bit smarter. And a little bit smarter ended up going to this right here. So yes, going full suspension. So this is what you're looking at. This is a 2026 Specialized Chisel. It's the aluminum, obviously, the aluminum full sus bike. We'll talk about a little bit of specs here in a minute, but this is the 2026 size large, the frame only option. This color you're looking at here, let me get it correct, is gloss mauve metallic oasis tint over silver flake. I'm going to take this outside in the sunlight here shortly, and we'll finish up the video out there so you can see what this looks like. I can confirm to those of you that are wondering about the color. I've already did a quick test, and my camera is capturing what I see perfectly of the color when viewed on my iPhone or my LG OLED color accurate TV on filmmaker mode for those home theater enthusiasts out there. And it's dead accurate. However, on my cheap HP computer, it looks freaking blue. So I can only tell you that if you got a color correct monitor, my camera is capturing it. It is absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. The green and the purple just brings back, for me, 90s, 80s, 90s vibe is what I got out of it. So my daughter's favorite color was purple growing up. I mean, our softball teams were mainly purple for Little League. And then once we got to our travel ball team, Thunderstruck, team was called Thunderstruck. There's your purple as well. I'm a big purple fan as well. It was my daughter's favorite color. I don't know if it still is. She's 30 years old now. I gotta ask her. She said, quote, "It's really pretty." I said, "No, it's not. It is badass." So anyway, there you go. We'll talk a little bit about the specs real quick. Has everything I think a modern bike should have. And here you go. It's got a boost rear end, 148 boost through axle. It's got a UDH rear derailleur hanger, so you can run SRAM transmission if you want, or a regular derailleur like I'm gonna run. Native is the smallest, or the native size is 160 on the rotor. If you want to go 180 like I'm going to, you got to put a bracket on there or an adapter like so. Let's see, it has got a 73 millimeter boost, a 73 millimeter BSA threaded bottom bracket. Incredible. It's got internal cable routing. Starts through this port here. That's aluminum. Comes under into there. I hope that's getting it. I can't tell, but it comes up into there. Goes on top of. You can't even see the cable because it goes on top of the bottom bracket. There's a little like plastic funnel that goes up in there, and then up it goes. And then headset. That is a press-in. It comes with a headset, just a kind of a cheap Specialized headset. Probably nothing wrong with it, but I wanted to go with a Hellbender 70. So this is a ZS or a Zero Stack 44 on top, a ZS or Zero Stack 56 on bottom. So headset would be ZS 44, ZS 56, and that's going to be a Hellbender 70. The bike has 110 millimeters of rear travel, and it is a flex stay. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe it to be the only aluminum flex stay bike out there. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments, and I'll pin your comment there in the comments. But I think it's the only aluminum flex stay bike, meaning there's no bearing down here. This actual seat stay flexes just enough and is part of the overall kinematics here for 110 millimeters of travel. This is the sister. I guess it's not a twin, but it's not an identical twin, but it's a fraternal twin to the Specialized Epic 8. And this is just the aluminum version of that. There's a few things that are different. There's a few measurements, stacks a little bit higher on this one, a little more upright, which I love for reasons I told you about earlier in the video. And the reach is, I think, 5 mils shorter. Other than that, they are really, really close. So I kicked it around for quite a while on what I was going to do here, and I came to the conclusion that it's probably the smart play. Will this full suspension keep me out of the operating room in the next 25 years? Don't know. I don't live in a parallel universe, but I can tell you this, it's not going to hurt, right? So I called around, and finally found a bike shop that had this in stock as a complete bike, and went down and drove the 45 minutes one way to test ride it. And I test rode it for about 25 minutes and was blown away at the way the thing felt. And it was I think it was just the standard. It wasn't even the Evo that I'm going to build. I'm going to build an Evo, means 130 fork. The standard one is a 120 fork. It was just the standard 120. But I was blown away at how it fit me really, really well, just as it is. So I went down, rode it. Again, I haven't been on a full suspension, guys, in over 8 years. Just over 8 years, somewhere in there, is the last time I was on a full suspension. So when I hopped on this, I was, wow, absolutely crazy. So you guys can kind of check all of the, I guess the rest of the specs, whatnot. But yeah, the frame that this replaces for the frame only option was that pink one, pink with the yellow writing there. And I've been looking at that bike for quite a while, even well before Fusion, this last Fusion. And I just, it's not quite my color palette, so I didn't go with it. As soon as this was released about, I don't know, 10 days ago is when I first saw it pop up on Specialized.com. I was always targeting this bike because I wasn't going to go with the carbon, because the carbon is too freaking expensive, the Epic. So I was always targeting this for what I do. I ride anywhere between 13 miles and 20 miles, the SoCal High Desert. If you guys want to call it cross country, cool, have at it. I call it mountain biking. You'd call it down country, call it light trail, whatever you're looking for. But I like to go out a lot of seated pedaling. So that's why I went with this, with the aluminum Specialized lifetime guarantee on the frame, manufacturer defects for the actual structural part, and a 2-year warranty on the paint and the graphics. If I'm gonna have a problem with paint and graphics, for those of you that watch my channel, you know that I had a problem with this on the very, very first ride, and you're looking at the second frame. I had to wait 6 months for V2 to come out, Specialized to take care of it. If there's a problem with the paint, it's certainly going to show up in 2 years. So I'm okay with that. You have to register the bike, which I've already did, but lifetime guarantee. And yeah, I can't wait to build it up. So what's happening here is every single part is coming off old Blackout here, except for 2 things. The seat post is staying, because this is a 31.6, where this is a 30.9. This is just a handle right now, a 30.9. So I'm going to be getting a new Access version 2 with the ugly freaking goiter thing down there. But I'm getting one of those coming. And the headset, this is an IS headset, so does not fit over here. And that's why I'm going with, again, the Hellbender 70 that we talked about there. Other than that, guys, every single part is transferring over, except for last one, the rear brake. I had to source a new rear brake, which I found really cheap, than my favorite, which would be the Dior 6100s. Just because by the time I take this one off over here and try to route it through, I know that cable routing is going to be too short, because it comes out on the non-drive side. Over here, I was able to, come out the drive side and do make it look like it's supposed to look. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. It was kind of a quick one. I've had the bike obviously for a little bit now. I'm not going to do a series on like the build series, because I just don't have the patience to set up a camera and show you guys how to install a bottom bracket and stuff. There's so many videos on that. If you have any questions, hit them up and ask me. Specifically for those of you that want to go this option, remember, this is only the frame only. You'll never find this color unless it's a frame only build. If you want to decide to go with it, and you're thinking about how hard is the brake routing, it was piece of cake. You push it in here, you start your brake routing here, push it in, it's tubed all the way through. It pops out underneath like we talked about, pops out there, goes up that little black funnel. There's a little black funnel in there. It goes perfectly, and you just keep pushing it, 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 and come out. You can either then get it out in that big hole right there, and then push in your foam tube and all that stuff, or I chose to just go out here and do it on this side over here. Hardest part of the whole thing was these little plastic doohickeys here. That was a pain to actually bolt on with the hose in the way, trying to get the Allen in there. So that was a pain. Other than that, that was about it. I was super stoked with how this thing went together. So what you're seeing is pretty much how it came. I didn't weigh it, I'm not gonna weigh it. I'll weigh the overall bike. Before I break this bike down, I will weigh this bike with me on a kitchen scale, and good enough. That's all I have, guys. I'm not much of weighing bikes, and I'll tell you what it is. We'll transfer the parts over to this guy, get him totally done. I'll do the same with this, and I'll post those in the next 1-2 videos, something like that. So anyway, let's head outside and see what this thing looks like in the sunlight. All right, here we are out in the sunlight. And how'd you like that for professional editing, right? Kind of like, if you haven't seen my channel before, I just ask that you appreciate the meal and not maybe the silverware it was served on. So yeah, this is the sunlight. I'm hoping this is doing justice. Again, it's metallic. It's a really, really nice color, metallic. It's high gloss, so not matte, not satin. So yeah, see if we can get, it's kind of a high sun right now. I don't know what it's doing. Let's get that top tube, see what it's doing. How are we looking, blurry or not? Hard to tell. So there's your shadow. They reduced the price of this from the pink and yellow one. The pink and yellow one, I think, is still $1,900, and this one here was, I think, $1,799. So we'll call it $1,800 before tax. I ordered it directly from Specialized.com, and I had it. I live in Southern California. I had this thing in. I got it yesterday. Today's Sunday. I got it Saturday morning. I ordered it Wednesday. So there you go. Parts are still incoming. So this is as far as I'm going to go with the build for now. I'm just taking it real slow. You know, again, still recovering. I don't want to be an idiot and get out here and hurt myself by, you know, in a hunched over position or something. So I'm really trying to be as smart as I humanly can. So that's unfortunately not always that high of a level. But yeah, anyway, guys, let me know what you think. The tubes they're really well formed. Their biggest thing is the Aluzio Smart Weld system on how they do things. And I don't know if you can kind of see in there, it's almost like a Coke can on the way they form that type thing, and then they get a real good weld on. They do that, and then the seat tube is one piece with no welds at all. The seat tube is just one hydroformed piece. So yeah, pretty stoked, guys. Pretty darn stoked. There probably will not be 2 videos before I ride this, but I will for sure do one more video when it's all built up before my maiden voyage, and show you guys the before, and then probably at least 2 rides, but I'm going to think 3 to 5 rides. I'll do my first impressions. I don't like to just ride it one time and come back and say it's the worst thing I ever ridden or the best thing I ever ridden, right? It takes a little bit of time. So anyway, that's what's kind of going on. If you have any questions on it, hit me up in the comments. I always answer. If it's not quite your color palette, it's okay. I get it. But man, that is some 80s, 90s stuff. and I've always wanted a purple bike, and this was finally the purple that hit me. Well, I guess it's just a dark purple mixed with a little bit of black or dark gray or something, but it's just stunning, or as my daughter calls it, pretty. So anyway, guys, gals, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, hit them up in the comments, and again, thanks for watching. See ya.